Okay, hello viewers. I am making another video about the Science Channel because I did get claimed for some content. It's not a strike, but I want to remove that video because of that, so you're not going to see the video I made about the Science Channel. But this is generally about the Science Channel, not really talking about science anymore. And you'll see here, when you look at their schedule, that it's all archaeology for the most part. There's no history. I mean, this is all Egypt, mysteries of the abandoned, forbidden history. There's no science. Where's the science at? This is tomorrow night. BattleBots, mysteries of the abandoned, conspiracies decoded, mysteries of the abandoned. There's nothing about science here. I could go on and on here. Unexplained files. This all gears to a certain demographic. That's what's going on the Science Channel. They're gearing to a certain demographic. They want to talk about history, politics, war, and none of this is really science programming here. You're looking at all the programming here. There's no science programming. None of this is science. I noticed they just call it the Sci Channel now. Maybe that's why. It's not really the Science Channel anymore. It's not the science. Well, actually, if you look at the URL, it still says sciencechannel.com. But it's not the Science Channel. There's no science shows. This is all archaeology. This is all history. They did you see Mars landing. They won't even cover it. They just say stream now. They never covered the Mars landing. I don't think they even covered it. They didn't even cover it. That's science. That's what they should be covering, but they're not. When we look at science, what is science exactly? Science is about natural science. Science is about well, we'll just read it like this, all right? And go to the definition here of science. Science is a systematic enterprise that builds and organizes knowledge in the form of testable explanations and predictions about the universe. When do they ever talk about the universe on the Science Channel anymore? They used to have a lot of shows on the universe and astronomy. They used to have a lot of that. All right, so we go Science Channel, and obviously we'll go to the Wikipedia for Science Channel. Let's see if I can find the Wikipedia. This is what it says. Not to be confused by, apparently there's another Science Channel that's produced by the Japan Science and Technology Agency. Science Channel, often referred to simply Science-styled SCI, is an American pay television channel owned by Discovery, Inc. The channel features programming focusing on the fields of wilderness survival, ufology, manufacturing, construction, technology, space, prehistory, and animal science. So they've already kind of updated their definition. All right? So the Science Channel was launched in 1994, I believe. All right? Programming. Science broadcasts a number of science-related television series originally produced by or aired on the Discovery Channel, such as Beyond Tomorrow. They used to have a lot of great shows on the Science Channel, all right? A lot of great shows. And let's not forget Mythbusters, but they had a whole bunch of shows on the universe, NASA, science. You don't see any of that anymore. Because the Discovery Channel, Discovery Networks owns the Science Channel, all right? And Discovery is too busy gearing to a certain demographic and pushing this. They want you to pay for Discovery Plus. We pay enough for cable television as it is. You want us to pay more? So you can see all the shows that they've got here on the Science Channel, all right? It's mostly archaeology. And then the stuff they want, like this stuff, you have to stream online or you have to pay for it. All right? So this is the Discovery family of networks right here, all right? Discovery Plus, Discovery Channel, Animal Planet, TLC, Travel Channel, ID. They own a whole bunch of stuff. HGTV, Food Network, DIY Network, all that stuff, all right? But it's mainly owned by Discovery. And Discovery Channel, you go to their site and it looks like, oh, this looks like Discovery Channel stuff. Great. What's on Discovery right now? Let's take a look and see. pot still vodka, George Washington rye. This is about moonshining and alcohol and making alcohol. What do they do for dual survival in the middle of the night at 4 a.m? So, I mean, it just doesn't seem like this is supposed to be the biggest nonfiction network around. So if we go ahead and we look at Discovery Networks, all right, I figured let me do the video this way so you get an explanation of what's going on. The wiki. All right. It initially provided documentary television programming focused primarily on popular science, technology, and history. But by the 2010s, it had expanded into reality television and pseudo-scientific entertainment. So this is pretty much what's become of Discovery. And so they're pretty much doing the same thing to all their other channels that they own. All right? And this is a real problem because this was an important thing. And now it says here, programming on the flagship Discovery Channel in the U.S. is primarily focused on reality television series. So, all these shows, this Mythbusters, they hardly have Mythbusters on anymore. Mythbusters, there was supposed to be a new Mythbusters. There was, because the original Mythbusters retired, but nothing ever came of that. They had like one season and that was it. So Discovery Channel used to be a great network, but they've strayed from their purpose, and now they're gearing to a certain demographic. And you can also go to the Wikipedia for Discovery Inc. All right, they're an American multinational mass media factual company. They're actually based in New York City, but established in 1985. That pseudo-factual and pseudo. So it used to be all nonfiction documentaries, and so now they've started a streaming service. All right, this is there's been a lot of changes over the years. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but this is all of what they own right here: Discovery Channel, Food Network, HGTV, TLC, Animal Planet, Travel Channel, Investigation Discovery, Oprah Winfrey Channel, The Science Channel, Discovery Family, Motor Trend, Cooking Channel, DIY. So they own a lot of different. They're a major media company. All right, and now it's changed. They have become such a big company now that they are more like any other network, all right? And it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate what's happening. And they're at 230 Park Avenue South, I guess, so they are in New York City. I thought their headquarters was somewhere else, but I guess they moved to New York City, which is good for New York City. But the problem is that Discovery has strayed from their mission. Their mission was to provide nonfiction programming that is about discovery. So, it used to be, obviously a lot of that is now, duplicated by the science, or what was supposed to be the Science Channel, but they're all gearing to a certain demographic that wants this stuff. All right, so they have this new streaming service now that they've launched. So this started January 4th, all right? So this is a standalone streaming service, all right? So it's standalone. All right. So this is I guess for people. Discovery will cost $4.99 a month or $6.99 per month to go ad free. So you have to pay on top of that. Discovery is also partnership, 12 months of Discovery to select. Oh, so maybe we would get free Discovery Plus. I never got a notification of that. We should. Like I said, we pay enough for cable TV. Why should we have to pay extra? All right, if you're getting Discovery Channel, then you should be able to get all the other channels that come with it on demand and on the Discovery Plus platform. It's not right, especially with such dwindling opportunities on that's running on their Science Channel. Again, this is all archaeology. This was last night. Ancient Unexplained. This is not science. Secrets of the Vikings. None of this is science. People want to know what's going on with the NASA moonland. This is what they got, but it just says stream now because it's only available on streaming. Why isn't this on the Science Channel? Why aren't they covering this? Instead it's Egypt's unexplained files. What does that have to do with science? It's archaeology. It's history. There is already a history channel. All All right? The History Channel already exists. All right? Here you go. This is the History Channel. All right? This is the History Channel. All right? All right? There's already a History Channel. That already exists. All right? But it's all about false advertising. You know, just like News12, Long Island. They say local matters. So you've got to beware of the false advertising going on because there's not a whole lot of local news here. It's mostly national news and coronavirus. They've missed some major local news stories that have been happening. All right? So they're not local news. All right? They're not local news. They say they're local matters, but most of the newscast is national news. It's false advertising. So where do you go if you want good science programming? Well, you don't go to the Science Channel anymore because they don't cover it, and you're pretty much adrift. There is the Nat Geo channel, which is an alternative for folks who like the Science Channel. This is a pretty decent channel here that they have. They have some archaeology, but it's an even mix, and they do cover more science. Let's get their schedule now. Let's see. Menu, schedule. Let's see, schedule. Don't see the schedule. Where is the schedule? There is no. Oh, this is just National Geographic. That's the magazine. I'm looking for National Geographic channel. That's what we're looking for. So I think it's a separate. Yeah, so let's see what they have on TV right now. All right, they do some reality shows. But again, they're not a science based. They have some science shows, but it's not so much of the same thing. There's a little more variety here, and then there's also the Smithsonian Channel. So these are substitutes for folks who, that at least that I found that have had that will feature more science-based programming, but they're not devoted specifically to science, but they do have some on there. All right, but you can still see there's some archaeology. I don't know what it is with the archaeology and why it's become so popular all of a sudden. But here you'll see they've got some stuff. 10 a.m. America's Badlands. That looks interesting. So there's a TV schedule for now. Air disasters. Some of these are repeats. And that's the other thing is that Discovery will often say there's a new show coming on, and it turns out it's just a repackaged repeat. They do this with all their networks, Discovery Channel, Science Channel. You'll notice it's 2 hours. It'll show up on your DVR as new, but it's just two old shows bunched together that make you think that it's a new show. So that's another thing they do. So again, it's all about, being beware of what these channels say they are about, and to turn out to just... It's all about a certain demographic. I think the past 4 years have, of the Trump presidency has made it all about them, and thank God that disaster is over. But it is still going to take time to correct all these things, and to basically rein the power away from this white finance professional Wall Street demographic that likes to watch all these history, war, and political shows on channels that are supposed to be about science and about nonfiction programming. So that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. I know not everybody's going to agree with what I have to say about this, but there are so many channels. I mean, and sometimes there's just nothing on, and you go Verizon Fios TV schedule. All right, we can get the schedule here. Let's see if we can get the schedule here. Let's see. This is just channel lookup. It's not, but you can get TV listings here. You can go to TV Guide here, and you can just look at the TV listings. I mean, you have, let's see, provider. Let's change the provider. Fios. They don't really have... I say, nothing is easy. Nothing is easy. Get it? I'm not going to waste your time looking for it. Let's wrap up this video. And again, you have plenty of channels, but a lot of times there's nothing on. It's all the same kind of programming, all gearing to a certain demographic. Let's see. Maybe this channel, will work here. Oh, yeah, this is better. Let's try this. Fios, Mineola, New York. Let's see. So this will get us the listing here to show you what's on TV here. All right. So you can see that there's just so much of the same programming on. And again, I'll have to go to Verizon. Here we go. So much of the same types of programming. Moonshine is Life Below Zero. So you have to choose between archaeology or reality programming. When you want to watch something about science, you want to watch something about astronomy or physics or earth science or even math. There's nothing. There's nothing. It's just because the educated, it's not about gearing to an educated demographic anymore. It's about gearing to what Wall Street wants, and Wall Street wants shows like this. They want the violence. They want the gore. They want that stuff because, you've heard the saying, if it bleeds, it leads. That's what they want. That's what they want. And like I said, Wall Street has too much control, and we have to rein control back from Wall Street. So these TV networks geared to everybody and not just a certain demographic. So that is going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you for watching, and take care.